Guys, let's be freaking honest from the start. Nobody is shocked by this outcome. Tencent's Light of Motiram disappeared from Steam and Epic Games like it realized mid-lawsuit that it probably shouldn't exist in this freaking timeline. One day it's there pretending it's totally its own thing, and the next day it's gone with no goodbye, no patch notes, no we'll be back stronger, just poof. And when a game vanishes this cleanly, this fast and this silently, it usually means one thing.
Someone lost a legal staring contest and blinked hard.
Because guys, this wasn't just some indie developer accidentally making a game that kind of looked familiar. This was Tencent, the biggest publisher on freaking planet Earth, rolling out a game that, at first glance, made half the internet say, oh cool, new Horizon game, and the other half going, Sony's lawyers are already warming up. Which, spoiler alert, they absolutely were. Light of Motiram was revealed earlier this year, and almost immediately, comparisons to Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West flooded every comment section it touched. Same post-apocalyptic tribal sci-fi vibe, same lush wilderness reclaiming the ruins of high-tech civilization, same big mechanical creatures stomping around like walking boss fights. Same framing, same tone, same visual language. The only obvious difference was the absence of alloy, which is not the legal shield Tencent may have hoped it was. Sony, they didn't wait long. They filed a lawsuit accusing Tencent of creating what they very bluntly called a, guys get this, slavish clone. And that phrase is important because it's not just an insult, it's a legal freaking landmine. In copyright and IP disputes, Sony wasn't arguing that Light of Motiram was merely inspired by Horizon. They weren't saying it borrowed a mechanic here or a vibe there. They were saying it copied the identity of the franchise so closely that players could reasonably believe the two were connected. And judging by the internet's first reaction, that argument wasn't exactly a stretch. This is where a lot of people misunderstand game cloning laws. You can't copyright gameplay systems. You can't own the idea of robot animals or post-apocalyptic tribes. But what you can protect is trade dress. The specific way your world, characters, creatures, and presentation come together to form a recognizable brand. Horizon isn't just about machines and bows, guys. It's about a very particular aesthetic language. How the machines are shaped, how they're introduced, how the world is framed, how nature and technology clash on freaking screen. And Light of Motiram wasn't just borrowing that language.
It was speaking it fluently.
Sony's lawsuit also emphasized consumer confusion, which means people are going to think this is our game. And again, that wasn't hypothetical. Plenty of players saw the reveal and immediately assumed some kind of partnership, spin-off, or off-brand Horizon project. When your alleged clone causes confusion before it even launches, that's about as strong a case as you can ask for. And guys, things are about to get spicier.
Like Carolina Reaper pepper freaking spicier.
Because according to the lawsuit, this whole situation didn't start with Tencent secretly cloning Horizon in a dark room somewhere. It started in 2024, when Tencent reportedly approached Sony about collaborating on a Horizon project. Sony said no. Flat, clean, professional no. And instead of moving on like a normal publisher, Tencent apparently said, okay, cool, we'll just make it anyway. Which is not a great look in court, guys. Once that detail came out, Tencent's position got a whole lot weaker. Inspiration is one thing. Rejected collaboration followed by a near identical project is freaking another. That's the kind of context judges don't ignore because it shows intent. It suggests this wasn't a coincidence or parallel thinking. It was a deliberate attempt to build something adjacent enough to benefit from Horizon's recognition without actually having the rights. Fast forward to now, and the lawsuit has quietly been settled. No dramatic courtroom finale, no public apology, no victory lap, just a settlement agreement with undisclosed terms and a very loud consequence. Light of Motiram is no longer available on Steam or the Epic Games Store. You cannot wishlist it, you cannot find it, you cannot pretend it's still coming. It's freaking gone. And that silence tells us everything. If Tencent had won, the game would still be up. If Tencent had negotiated minor changes, the store pages wouldn't be removed. This kind of disappearance suggests the agreement involved one very clear outcome. This version of the game is dead. Which brings us to the real question. Not whether Sony won, but how badly Tencent miscalculated. And to understand that, we need to actually break down just how close Light of Motiram was to Horizon in the first place. Because guys, once you put them side by side, the inspiration argument starts to collapse very quickly. When companies win cleanly, they brag. When they lose narrowly, they spin. And when a game gets quietly erased from existence, it's damage control. Tencent and Sony didn't issue a joint statement celebrating creative compromise. They didn't promise revisions or a rebrand. They settled, and the light of Motiram vanished from every major PC storefront like it had violated the laws of freaking physics.
Not just copyright.
Because here's the thing, guys. You don't delist a game this close to release unless the fix costs more than the game is worth. Delisting is the nuclear option. It gives momentum, nukes marketing spend, and tells every investor involved that whatever was built can't be salvaged without starting freaking over. That's why the idea that Tencent will just tweak it a bit and come back is mostly cope. You can tweak a mechanic. You can't tweak a visual identity that's already baked into the bones of the project. And that brings us to the crappy part. The comparison Tencent probably hoped nobody would look at too closely. Let's start with first impressions, because that's where Sony's case hits the hardest. When Horizon was revealed back in 2015, it established a very specific promise. Primitive human societies living among the wreckage of advanced technology, contrasted against massive machine creatures that looked engineered but behave like wildlife. That exact promise is what Light of Motiram presented front and center. Not adjacent, not inspired by the genre. The same fantasy, framed the same way, marketed to trigger the same recognition reflex in players. Visually, Light of Motiram leaned heavily into Horizon's color language. Earthly tribal palettes mixed with glowing mechanical cores, machines designed with exposed joints, cables, and modular armor plates. Even the way the environments were staged. Wide shots of characters standing in tall grass while massive machines roamed in the background felt ripped straight out of Horizon's marketing playbook. This isn't just some coincidence, guys. This is visual shorthand designed to say,
You know this freaking game.
Then there is machine design, which is where things really just stops being subtle, guys. Horizon's machines aren't just robots. They're animal silhouettes first, weapons second. You immediately recognize a Thunderjaw or a Watcher instantly because their shapes are iconic. Light of Motiram followed that exact logic. Large quadrupeds, avian-style machines, aggressive predators with visible weak points, all framed as ecosystem inhabitants rather than enemies that just happen to roam the map. That design philosophy is core to Horizon's identity, not a generic sci-fi trope. Even the way combat is implied lines up. Ranged weapons targeting exposed machine components, tactical disassembly instead of raw DPS. The suggestion that players are meant to study these machines, not just fight them. Again, none of this is illegal in isolation, guys, but when all of it stacks up together, it paints a very specific picture, one Sony could convincingly argue wasn't accidental. And character presentation didn't help either, guys. While Light of Motiram avoided copying Aloy directly, it still leaned into the same archetype. Lone protagonist framed against overwhelming mechanical threats, positioned as a bridge between humanity's primitive present and its technological past. The silhouettes, the camera angles, the promotional poses, all of it reinforced the same narrative fantasy Horizon has spent years cementing. It felt less like a new voice in the genre and more like someone trying very hard to sound familiar.
Without using the same words.
Marketing is where this really crossed the line. Horizon's trailers are famous for how they reveal machines, slow pans, ominous music, nature shots interrupted by mechanical movement. Light of Motiram mirrored that structure almost beat for beat. It wasn't just selling a game, guys, it was selling the Horizon feeling. And that's the part courts tend to care about, because that feeling is what consumers associate with a brand. This is why Sony didn't need to argue that Tencent copied specific assets. They didn't need to point to one model or animation and say that's ours. They just needed to show that the overall presentation was close enough to cause confusion. And judging by how quickly this all ended, that argument landed. Now let's circle back to the settlement. We don't know the exact terms, but we don't need to. The outcome is loud enough. The delisting suggests Tencent agreed that continuing with Light of Motiram in its current form wasn't worth the risk, legally or financially. And that says a lot coming from a company with Tencent's resources. This wasn't a case of can't fight Sony, it was a case of why fight a losing battle when the core identity of the game is already compromised. At best, Tencent could theoretically rebuild the project into something unrecognizable. New machines, new visual languages, new framing, new marketing. At that point though, you're not revising a game. You're basically starting over. And starting over after a public lawsuit, a settlement and a delisting is a tough sell to anyone funding the project. So when people say Light of Motiram might come back someday, they're technically not wrong. But it won't come back as this. This version, the one that looked, felt and marketed itself as Horizon without alloy, it's done. It's not delayed, it's not reworked, it's simply done. And ironically, if Tencent had pulled back even slightly, just a little bit, maybe changed the machine language, altered the visual framing, or leaned harder into a different fantasy, this probably wouldn't have ended up in court. But they didn't. They went close enough to benefit from Horizon's shadow, and in doing so, walked straight into Sony's legal freaking spotlight. Which leaves one final piece of the story that makes the whole thing even worse for Tencent. Because this wasn't just a case of accidental similarity, guys. They were told no first, and that changes everything. What makes Light of Motiram interesting isn't that it died. Guys, big games, they die all the time. What makes it interesting is how cleanly Tencent walked away from it once the settlement landed. We're not talking about a last stand or a public defense or creative differences. Just a quiet erase, like the project was suddenly radioactive and nobody wanted to be seen standing too freaking close. This tells us something, gamers and gamerettes. It tells us this wasn't about pride or artistic vision anymore. This was a cost-benefit decision made by people staring at spreadsheets, not concept art. At some point during this legal mess, Tencent clearly ran the numbers and they realized something. Salvaging Light of Motiram wasn't worth the legal exposure, the brand damage, or the continued scrutiny. When even Tencent decides something isn't worth dragging out, you know the risk assessment went sideways. And here's a part people might tend to miss. This loss doesn't actually hurt Tencent that much. That's the most cynical and realistic takeaway, guys. Tencent isn't a studio living or dying on one release. It's a publishing empire that throws darts at 100 projects and expects some of them to miss. Light of Motiram wasn't meant to be a prestige title. It was meant to be a calculated play at an already proven fantasy. When that play failed, they didn't panic. They just cut it loose. That's also why you shouldn't expect some dramatic internal reckoning over originality. This isn't going to spark a corporate soul-searching moment where Tencent suddenly vows to champion bold, risky, creative visions. What it will do is tighten internal guardrails. Legal teams will get louder earlier. Visual similarity checks will get stricter. Future projects will be designed to stay just far enough away from recognizable IPs to avoid another public mess like this. Because, make no mistake guys, Tencent will absolutely try again.
Just not this loudly and not this close.
If Light of Motiram told them anything, it's not don't chase popular franchises. It's don't chase them in a way that can be screenshotted next to the original and instantly compared. From now on, you can expect safer distance, expect different aesthetics, expect genre pivots that feel suspiciously familiar without triggering immediate lawsuits. This wasn't a deterrent, guys, it was a calibration. And that's why, my dear gamers and gamerettes, the idea of Light of Motiram being reworked into something else feels unlikely. Reworking it means acknowledging it publicly. It means reintroducing a project that already carries legal baggage and internet memory. From a corporate standpoint, guys, it's cleaner to let it die and quietly repurpose whatever tech, assets or systems can be reused elsewhere under a different name, with a different pitch. In other words, Light of Motiram won't be resurrected. It will be recycled. There is also a reputational angle here that Tencent probably wants to minimize. Being seen as aggressive is one thing. Being seen as careless with IP boundaries is another. This case put them uncomfortably extremely close to that line. And the fastest way to fix that perception is to stop talking, stop pushing, and move on to the next thing. Silence in this case is strategy. So while the internet frames this as Sony winning and Tencent losing, the reality is more boring and more corporate. Sony protected its IP. Tencent took a hit, shrugged, and adjusted its aim. No villains twirling mustaches, no dramatic collapse, just a project that got too close to something it shouldn't have, and paid for it by poof disappearing. And if you're wondering whether this sets some massive precedent that will scare publishers away from cloning trends, it won't.
The lesson here isn't don't copy, it's copy smarter.
Okay. A quick question for you guys. Do you think Tencent crossed the line because they underestimated Sony or because they assumed the reward would outweigh the risk? Either way, this won't be the last clone we see, just the last one that looked this obvious. Guys, thank you once again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.